Welcome to the virtual glorious summer block of the month 7. Can you imagine? It's already month 7 and there's only 2 more months left. Dos. This is last month, what we did, and the month before. Here is the border, my border, all sewn together. And you should have ended up with 4 of these. And so now what we're doing is we're going to make this corner that goes on these. We're going to make 2 of the corners this month and 2 of the corners next month. I'm going to pull up my PowerPoint presentation and then I'll go through that. I like to use the PowerPoint because it has written on there all the different colors so that you can see them in order. Okay. Let me go back here real quick. I need to share my screen. And you should be able to see my PowerPoint. Someone could give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, glorious summer, month 7. It's all about the big blocks this month. There are only 2 blocks for September. Both of these blocks will need rehooping unless you have an 8 or 9 series machine. It requires 1 hooping if you have the giant or the jumbo hoop with that 8 or 9 series machine. It will require 2 hoopings with a maxi hoop if you have a 700 series machine, or 4 hoopings are needed if you have a 500 level machine. And this is what I believe. I did not sew out on a 5 series machine. So forgive me ahead of time, Kristen. So, and absolutely refer back to the rehooping instructions for this block of the month. It is different than the big blocks we did at the beginning of our journey. It is put in the hoop differently. So pay attention to that, okay? Block 1001 is called the California Oak Leaf. You need a 14 by 14 piece of background fabric 1, a 14 by 14 piece of the fusible woven. That would be the fusible woven from OESD or the SF101. Applique fabrics are yellow gold for the center. I believe that I used yellow gold 3. Okay. Red for the arcs, medium olive green for the leaves. And you see how this X is on here? That's not how you do it. That's a no-no. Don't do that. Okay? That's not how it's done. You are going to make the X from corner to corner, not across like that. I didn't read the instructions, see? And that's what happens. So I had to erase it. Go ahead.
Are we making 2 of these or 1 of each?
1 of each. Okay. You will be hooping a little differently than we did with the first large blocks. When you mark the back of your fabric, draw the line from corner to corner, and then that center, you're going to line up with your placement line that you see on this first slide. Okay. And you can see how my lines they're kind of look weird here. But in the next slide, you'll see how the fabric will sit in the hoop. Okay. And as I said, please refer to the hooping directions on your disc. I had to go back and look at them myself because each block, it tells you about the rehooping. And for each series of machines, it tells you. So definitely look at those. It will look like this when you properly line things up. I think that this will look differently for those who use the large oval hoop. You will be doing it differently from what I was reading. You're doing corners, okay? So I think you're lining up in a square, but I didn't read all of that. So Kristen, I think you're the only one on here with a 5 series. So please pay close attention to that. The first hooping is in this first slide. And you notice it only does the first 2 leaves. You're able to do all of the rest in your second hooping, which is very nice. But be sure, and I can't say this enough, to see the flag. Our Berninas show us the little flag in the corner when we're done. I don't know about other machines. I'm sure there's some kind of indication that it shows when you're done. Look for the flag. Guess who didn't look for the flag? Her name is Connie. Okay. So I got to hear and I was so excited. I ripped it right out. It wasn't done. You have to put the registration marks on so that you can line up your next hooping. It's very helpful. Okay. Let me get mine out. So here's mine, all done. So when it goes in our quilt, it's going to go like this, but we're hooping like this. Okay, and you can see that is the grunge yellow is the one I used. So this is actually a great place to use one that you haven't used before or that you haven't used very much of. And it'll give your block a little bit of a different look than everybody else, right? It's just that little centerpiece. Those colors are going to go with everything. It's going to be beautiful. Whichever one you choose to use. I kind of like this grungy one. So this is the second photo here is after the placement line has stitched down. So I kind of like lined it up, lined my X up because I didn't have the registration marks. So you can't tell a ton. I have a little bit off right there. And that's the only spot that I could tell, that I could see. And guess what? If you're riding on that horse right by there, you won't never see it. Am I redoing it? Nope. So here's the large block. All done. Next block is block 1002. It's called Nothing But Whimsy. You're also going to use a 14 by 14 background one piece, 14 by 14 fusible woven. Your applique fabrics are pink 5 for the roses, red for the rose petals, beige for the hearts, blue-green 1 for the extra large leaves, and medium blue for the circle in the center. Everything is done the same way. You're on that corner to corner. I'll show you the back of this one. You see, I don't know if you can see the line on there. Right there, you can see it a little bit. And those are helpful too when you're trimming your block. So they serve double purpose, and that's why I like to make them with a pencil that doesn't go away with heat or get rubbed off. I make sure that it's there. It can't be seen through, but it's definitely there, and I can see through my stripology ruler when I'm trimming it. Okay. So you see the colors that I used. I thought it was really weird the way they had the pink flower this time instead of the yellow one that we've been used to. But that red and that tan actually looks really pretty on there. I was like, when I read the colors, I was like, that's gonna look weird. But no, I love the way that is. I like the colors on there. They're just really pretty. Okay. And in the blink of the eye, these two beauties are done. Two more in the books. These are very fast. I don't think these blocks took any longer than hour and a half, 2 hours. Prep was pretty minimal. I think out of the piece that I sent you, you should be able to get 3 out of there, 3 of these. So you might have extra next month, because I probably will send you the same cut. You can unmute and ask any questions that you might have.
Connie, what hoop did you use?
I used the maxi hoop.
Oh, I have a mega hoop, so that is not the right one.
No, the maxi hoop is the one that you need for the
Well, I don't think I'll ever get one because I think I looked at it, it was $500.
trying to get me back on the screen here.
Oh, there you are.
Stop the share. All right, there we go. It was the green thing that was in the middle of the screen. Yep.
So with
That
the
was
maxi
that
hoop,
was ignored.
with the maxi hoop, you rehooped it twice?
Yes.
Okay.
I have to say that, Mary, I use my maxi hoop a lot. I think it's worth the money. They do run them on sale around Christmas time.
Mm,
You usually
That's
will
good to
find
know.
hoops on sale at Christmas time and Mother's Day. Those are the 2 times they're usually on sale.
Sounds like a Christmas gift.
Yep.
That's
And
what I
remember
need.
what I told you? I was like, sell you, if you're not gonna use that software, sell it and buy a hoop. It's just sitting there doing nothing if you're not using it. I mean, you haven't opened it. It's still unused. It came with your machine. Sign up for the master class if you would like to learn to use that software.
It's not hard.
You could at least make labels with it, you know. for
I
your
don't
hoops.
think it works on my computer because I have Windows 11.
It should
I have
work
Windows
with
11.
Windows 11.
Windows
Yeah,
11.
that's what you need.
Didn't Sylvain recommend a certain kind of computer that would be helpful?
Yeah, it's on
Bernina.com.
Bernina.com. It will tell you, I'm gonna stop the share because everybody doesn't want to hear this.
Okay.
Stop the recording.
Cackling in the background. That probably surprised you too.
Yes, I want.